I finally made it home. Threw on a white beater real fast. Like the title says, I don't want to be misleading. There's really no topic for this live. I think I want to start off with Canelo Beevil at 168 because that's what Eddie Hearn wants, which I think is stupid. But I think I'll start off with that topic. But yeah, I'm changing up the title just a little bit. I won't be doing these workout lives on my boxing talks. Moving into the future, I'm going to be doing that elsewhere. And this will just be me sitting like everybody else sits and just talking about boxing. However, because my schedule is crazy right now and I'm on the go and I don't have time to per se make videos and work out, I might as well just do them both at the same time. That's why we've been doing it like this. So, with that being said, Canelo Alvarez fighting Dimitri Bivol at 168 pounds. Do I like it? Hell no. Does the fight matter at 168? Fuck no. Why? Because they're trying to weight drain Bivol. And the thing about it is I've spoken on this a couple of times, and I said it a couple of times. The Canelo fangirls will not understand that if Bivol gets his ass whooped, he's weight drained. He's never fought at 168. They're bringing him down to a weight he's never had to cut for. Regardless if Bivol thinks he can make it or not is irrelevant, because at the end of the day, you can think you can do it until you actually have to do it. And then when you actually have to do it, it's too late because it's fight night. You're out there. Your weight drain, you're losing. Now you're lost. When has a fighter ever gotten credit for coming down in weight to become undisputed? Outside of like Shields in the female division, they only do that because there's a lack of talent. But when has a male fighter ever come down in weight to collect belts? I can't think of one. It's always been impressive to go up, to be the little man beating the bigger man. Not the big man picking on the little man. So, by the nature of boxing, it doesn't make sense. Number two, Eddie knows Canelo is his cash cow. Eddie knows Bivol will never be what Canelo is. He will never bring in the revenue. He will never bring in the fans. He will never bring in the buys that Canelo does. Therefore, it is a bad look on Canelo to get beat the way he did against Bivol. So, in my opinion, what Eddie's trying to do is make Bivol at his weakest, put him in there against Canelo, and he's praying that Canelo beats him due to being weight drained, due to him being at his weakest, due to him running out of endurance, due to him not pretty much dying on the scale. That's what he's trying to do. And I've never understood that about Eddie Hearn. He will put his fighters in bad situations. He did it to Kell Brook. He did it to Anthony Joshua. And now he's trying to do it to Bivol. You got Bivol, who's up and coming, who you could build into a star. He still has enough life left in him that maybe you can take him up to cruiserweight. Maybe you can. Maybe he can't. I don't know. But he's got enough life in him that you could get him undisputed. You could get him in there against Arthur Beterbiev or, at this point, Anthony Yard, or more than likely, Callum Smith. You can get him in there with him. But that's the thing about it. He's not moving Bivol the right way. He's trying to get Bivol beat. And that's crazy. Joe! All right, let me drop this link for AJ. We're going to go from boxing talk probably to TV series talk in a quick moment. But let me go ahead and do this. Ooh, wait. Just fucking up. Hold on, y'all. There we go. All right. Any and everybody is welcome to the panel. Hop on. You know, AJ, I'm over here. I got my Jack Reacher on. You see this, right? We getting my Jack Reacher on. And I've seen that dude before, the actor. I didn't know that's who the actor was. Because there was a show that used to come on Sci-Fi. It only had one season called Blood Drive. That's where that dude comes from. Except he was much, much smaller in Blood Drive. He don't put on a lot of weight, a lot of size. We got R. Hey. Hold on, I can't hear you. There it goes. Now I can hear you. What's going on?
Hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of going in and out.
Okay. What's going on, man?
You're
Happy
here to
New
talk
Year.
about your boy. Hold on. You're here to talk about your boy Spence
Yeah.
before we begin. Is that what you're here for?
This is open boxing time. We talk
Yeah.
about anything and everything.
Any and everything. Even some ducks, some horses, some cows.
Here we go. Here we go. I hope you kept the same energy when fought his bum in Avenesian. Did you keep that same energy?
No, I did not. At first, I did. At first, whose panel was I on? Oh, fuck. I think it was Knockout TV. I think I was over on Knockout TV's channel, okay? And I said, you cannot blame Spence for the fight not happening because it is apparent that Spence was banking on this fight, because if he wasn't banking on a fight, he would have fell into a fight whenever Bud went for Avenesian. In other words, they didn't have a fight lined up, which means they thought the fight was going to happen. So at first I did have the same energy for Bud. I was like, it doesn't make sense. Why is it happening? Until I looked at the fine print and I found out what they were trying to do. They were trying to keep Bud out of the ring until April of this year. Back then, next year. So they weren't going to fight in 2022. So if they weren't going to fight in 2022, I had no problem with Bud fighting Avenesian in December. Why not fight Avenesian, make your money, and then still fight Earl Spence in April, which he's already doing against Thurman, except, wait a minute, he's not doing it against Bud. When they could have still fought in April, he won a Thurman, and it isn't even in welterweight. It's hit 154. Your boy's a duck. I'm sorry. Your boy's a duck.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You did all that. See, this is the third rumors that the fight was supposed to go on, and I've heard February. Nobody true. We can really generalize that it was in the first, you can say before June year, so let's say the first quarter of. That's all we can up to the first quarter. But came out a man himself who was behind it, saying he was supposed to be in January, and you said, and according to me or something, it was supposed to be in April. They truly know, because nobody has really seen like that. It's just been speculation and insight. But this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is if you want to see Terrence Earl Spence fight Terrence Crawford, this is why I think you mad about above, is you guys want to see Earl Spence Terrence Crawford after a year plus layoff in the car. That was going to happen. And let me is how can you guys bench for doing the same thing Crawford did? At least Earl Spence is fighting somebody who has a team, somebody we know is better than Avenue. At least he's fighting somebody who has a solid chance. What are you talking about here? Proven welterweight. Talking about here. It's like you guys are hypocritical. So you can't. No way you could tell me right now. Listen, listen. We back to floor. I understood took a tune-up fight. And I was actually on the side of the fight. It's getting kind of long. He hasn't okay with that. And it's okay with Earl Spence getting his tune-up fight. He has two differences. First, number one, he's been through a car wreck, so he really needs. And number two, he's actually fighting. So he even is right, quote unquote, to have a tune-up. But yet, out here crying. I'm upset. Now we can have it about, okay, why is he fighting? For a credible argument that can be made. But as far as him, especially a credible name, you guys don't have any on, because Crawford did the same thing. Go.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this, Leonard. You're gonna have to leave and come back in because your mic is skipping really, really bad. But I heard everything you said. So before you leave, let me leave and come back and rebuttal me, or you can leave now and rebuttal me so your mic's more smooth. It's up to you.
Okay.
So either you want me to rebuttal you now, you leave and come back, or you can leave and come back.
I'm gonna leave. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave. Come back.
All right, leave and come back, and I'll wait for you. Then I'll rebuttal everything you just said and tell you why it doesn't make sense. I love this. He loves Spence. He loves like quack, quack, quack. Look, man, without a doubt, in my opinion, you heard him say that Mayweather said April. Other people said January. Other people said February, first quarter. But what we do know is he's fighting in April. And we also know April is the fourth month, which means it falls within the first quarter, which means more than likely their fight was supposed to happen in April. Now, point number one, you talk about ring rust, okay? Here's the problem with what you're saying, and this is where it gets killed. Spence, PBC, Al Heyman, somebody, Mayweather, or the nose, Leonard Ellerbe, one of them was trying to do what you're claiming he's trying to do to Spence, except it wouldn't have been a year out of the ring. It would have been a year and 6 months out of the ring for Crawford before he got in there, had it happen in April 2023 when Spence is currently fighting. So that's number one. It wouldn't have been a year layoff. It would have been a year and a half of Bud. Much worse. Number two, you talk about at least he's fighting a name, Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's name is going like his hairline. It hasn't been around for a long time. He's not relevant. The thing with David Avanesian is he was a world top 10 fighter, a world, not a sanctioning body top 10 fighter, but a globally ranked top 10 welterweight. In fact, even after his loss to Terrence Crawford, he's still a top 10 world ranked welterweight right now. Keith Thurman somehow magically became the WBC mandatory by having 2 fights in 3 years and losing to Manny and then beating up a guy who never fought it welterweight before, and Mario Barrios, who had just got knocked out by little itty bitty Tank. That makes you number one in the WBC. That makes you mandatory. That makes you relevant. And then the fight's not even happening at 147. It's happening at 154, according to all the sources. So everything that you just said falls flat because we know. Now, Spence was going to fight in April. Why? Because he's fighting in April. We know that would have been a longer layoff for Bud had he not fought Avanesian. We also know David Avanesian is a higher ranked fighter than Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman ain't done shit. Really, truthfully, in his last 3 fights, he should have 2 losses because he lost to Lopez, got a robbery win. He got his ass whooped by Manny and then beat up on a little dude who came from 122 pounds to 147. And Mario, I'll never be a real champion, Barrios. That dude's already a gatekeeper in his 20s. Crazy. So I don't see the comparisons here.
Okay. Can you hear me, Tony?
I can hear you.
I see. Okay. There's so many falsehoods. In the beginning, like it was supposed to be in the first quarter, but you don't know. You're saying it's supposed to be a year and 6 months with the April date that Floyd said. If you go to the date Espinosa said, he's saying January. Of course, we already heard the articles talking about February, so we don't know. You're just picking the date that best suits your narrative. Fine. So exactly what date it was supposed to be. That we can agree on. But this is what I'm saying. You just said the biggest cat bullshit ever. You telling me that Keith Thurman was the Lopez? Are you crazy? Bro, he dominated he dominated Josito Lopez. What are you talking about?
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. See, you and me, we view boxing different. Like, I remember when we had an argument. I remember when we had an argument about whether Errol Spence has good footwork cut off the ring. See, I now it's confused. The way you view boxing, a boxing match is different the way I view a boxing match. Keith Thurman dominated Josito Lopez. The only time he did stop in one particular round, but when you look at the other rounds, his footwork was good. He had a good speed, so he was still performing good. Now, was that a perfect performance? No, but it was a good performance. And for you, almost got robbed. Lopez.
Let's be honest. Thurman moved in that fight, and he moves right now like he's Manny's age. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here.
style. He always
That dude moves like
moves. He always Keith Thurman style. He always moves like he'll and in the second half usually becomes more competitive, but he still usually edges it out. So
that man
when you
got nothing left.
now you
done.
can say you can say he almost got knocked out. I give you that. He almost that, but he said he lost. No, he won that fair and squarely. Look how many other rounds that he won. To he struggled. So all I'm trying to say is like, come on, man. It's like
Wait. That's what you're gonna go with? Didn't you say Villa beat Rashid Ellis?
no. I said it was a draw, or I mean that's again, that's like that. I was okay with, I don't know who you're talking about. You're getting me confused with something. That fight was either a draw or you could have gave it to Rashidi. I definitely don't think Villa won. I think that he lost too many rounds to be able to catch up. He could have got a draw maybe, but not he didn't win them. But I saw you getting me confused. But as far as Earl fighting Keith, why is he fighting Keith Thurman at 54? That's what the smoke should be, and him not finding him as a manager. That's what the smoke. But as far as him fighting a quote unquote get back fight, there should be no smoke for that. Because what it is, you don't like how the shoe's on the other foot. You don't like how Terrence blindsided and looking stupid because Terrence Crawford got an easy big payday. No, but now when the shoe's on the other foot, now people are upset because Earl said, "What? I'm glad he did."
Not at all. Not at all. I'm not upset. It has nothing to do with Earl not fighting Bud. It's got to do with who he's fighting. That's the problem. Keith Thurman is not as good as David Avanesian. Not this version of Keith Thurman that we have. This version of Keith Thurman is geriatric. That's what I was trying to tell you. His movements, his slickness, his in and out that he used to have is gone. It's not there no more. He looks like he's the age of Manny Pacquiao. That's how he moves. It's gone. His legs are gone. He's not the same fighter anymore. If Earl would have came back and fought Boots, who I don't think is that good, and I think this last week improved it. If he would have fought Boots, if he would have fought Stanionis instead of paying him to step to the side, if he would have fought a Virgil Ortiz, a top contender over over Bud, then okay. Then I see. But he's not. He's fighting a fucking, and I'm sorry, like Keith, give him all the credit in the world. He was a good champion, but the dude is a has-been. He is a can at this point. He stands no chance in that ring. None.
Okay, so oh my God, listen. It may not be prime, but he's still at a solid level, a decent level. Like I don't. It's like you just trying to discredit his win if he fights Keith. You say he gets past Keith. You try to discredit him. I bet you money on this. I bet you would have bet me that Keith Thurman to beat Amnesia. How much money you want to bet on?
I don't think Keith Thurman could beat David Avanesian.
Yeah, yes, you could. I bet. I bet you guys would not bet money that Keith Thurman would bet money on David versus Keith. On that. So
today,
I want to
right
that
now,
he's not as good. Yeah,
today, right now, I would put money on David Avanesian beating his ass.
Yeah, right.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Did you not see Keith? Look. Did you not see Keith Thurman's training video? Let me show you, because I showed people last time what it looked like.
Who cares about training videos?
No. It's relevant. It's relevant when you're somebody who's supposed to be fast, and this is what you're moving like. He was doing burpees. He looked like this. Can you see me? In my own camera. Watch this. This was the speed he was moving at. Training. And then he did some shadow boxing. He came over here like this. He was like this. Ooh. He got knocked out by his own shadow.
No,
Like, nah, man, that dude trash, bro. Like, go look at him. He got knocked out.
a couple of videos that came out was pretty low intensity, but he's getting like you can tell he's been in the gym and he's picking up. So all I'm
intensity?
saying is who
that was no intensity.
All I'm trying to say is this. I'm just trying to say that at the end of the day, because I know you're an Earl Spence hater. It's okay. Earl Spence has a lot of haters on his box, which is so crazy because Earl Spence fought Ugas. You were like, oh, okay. I'm not even sure if Terence Bud Crawford could beat him. Terence Crawford, I think it was you. Maybe if I'm wrong, but when Terence Crawford fought Amnesia, you were like, I'm not sure if Crawford wins. But now all of a sudden, so this bad news come out that you don't like. Crawford's gonna kick his ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your energy changes. Like, and thinking somebody's gonna win is two different things. But all I'm saying is, like, it's with you. I don't know.
Of course, my energy is gonna change. You know why? Because fight to fight, day by day, people change. They don't stay the same. If they did, Mayweather would still be fighting. We lost him. But you have to change with what you see. Of course, the Earl Spence who beat Ugas. The Earl Spence who beat Ugas looks scary. Looked like he could beat Bud. I was edging him against Bud, but what have we seen since then? Drunk. I had baby, do you want to go here? Baby, do you want to do this? Baby, do you want to do this? What have we seen? We've seen this dude drunk, severely out of shape. He's already been in another car wreck. Granted, the second one wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. Look, man, the way you live catches up. It catches up. Crawford don't live that type of life. He takes care of his body. The shit catches up. And it's proven to catch up because he can't even make 147. That's why they're going to do this shit at 154 because he's so out of shape, he's got to go to 154.
All right, so let's not Earl Spence was busting at the seams for years trying to make 147. So it's not like he just pulled this rabbit out the hat and nobody was expecting it at some point. We know historically he's been big for the weight. You know, we know that he has his completion coming at some point, and it's not like he's not going to fight Bud next. Because if it said that the WBA is giving him 60 days to make a fight with Bud, so then it's really gonna put a gun to Earl Spence's head and force him. Okay, make it 60 days, or we're gonna force another fight. So and then we're gonna see what's really up, you know, and see how that. So it's not like he has no intentions of fighting Bud after this fight, but he just quote unquote needs his.
He has none. Look, man, I'm gonna just have to play it back to what it is. Why wouldn't I take the easy route? Why wouldn't I go over there and knock Sean Porter out? Why wouldn't I take the easy route? Sean Porter got a belt too. Why wouldn't I knock him out? And that's what he did.
Hey, listen, man, you're gonna watch that fight, Earl versus Keith, and you know damn well you're gonna watch that motherfucker. Those goddamn press conferences are gonna be fired. Them press conferences is gonna be something to remember. Best press conferences we had and build up to a fight we've had in a while.
Bro, honestly, Keith Thurman's gonna get it. Keith Thurman's gonna get rolled up there in a wheelchair, and he's gonna have a breath mask on. He's gonna be on dialysis up there trying to talk. Man, this dude is not a fighter no more. I'm sorry, he's just not. He can't compete. He can't. His body is broken down too much.
I disagree, man. But at the end of the day, you know that those press conferences is going to be, and you know Keith Thurman's going to, we know Keith Thurman. So we know that. Listen, we know if we go back as boxing historians, we know the history between Earl and Keith. You know what I'm saying? We know, and we have what level Keith is at, and if it's a good fight. But one thing we know for sure that if a fight, for what it's worth, if you go with that, we know that in the build up to it, like if you go back in boxing history, we know how every the storyline of this is about like
Lenard, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you win a title for winning a press conference, or do you win a title for winning it in the ring? Do you win the title in the press conference, or do you win it in the ring?
You win a title in the ring.
Right. So here's the thing. If I wanted to listen to good press conferences, I watch Adrian Broner. He could talk for days, but you put him in the ring, he doesn't let his fucking hands go. I don't care how good you talk. If you can't fight and win, what's the point?
But I'm saying I'm on the side that it's a good fight still, and it's conference. I think it checks both boxes. I think
the only way it's a good fight is if Errol Spence Jr. is a shadow of his old self. If he's a shadow. That's the only way it's a good fight. Because if Errol Spence is the same from when he fought Ugas, it's not a good fight. It's a stupid fight.
Nah, man. And I think like, don't get me wrong, I don't get stopped. Because I don't put Keith on the same level as Earl or Canelo or pound for pound fighter. I don't put him on that type of level. But for what it's worth, it's a pretty good fight, man. And this is the thing though, Tony. I think losing hope in this fight actually happening. But I actually think that after the Keith, I actually think we're going to get the Bud and Earl fight, because actually, like, there's actually nothing argument. There was nothing left to do when they were in negotiations the first time. But they will still kind of Keith ring out there. If Earl gets past Keith and let's say he fights Bud and beats him, he'll be one of the only fighters in boxing history that acts weight class basically in his generation. Of course we can go to the Ennis's and the Ortiz part of the same generation, right? We're talking about the old crop of welterweights, right? We're talking about Danny, Earl, Kell Brook, Ugas, Terrence, so that's kind of the old guard. You?
Look, you got one thing right about Thurman. Old. That's what he is. Not everybody ages the same, and not everybody's body lasts as long as the next. And he's old. He's done. It's stupid. What is he? You know what? Anthony Yildirim deserved to fight Canelo more than Thurman does Spence. I'm gonna say that.
Oh my gosh! But he wouldn't be as competitive.
Huh?
Are you gonna pay for it, or are you gonna fire stream it?
I'm gonna catch the highlights.
Oh, okay.
I'm not watching this fight. This fight is stupid. Unless they got a bomb ass undercard, I'm not watching it.
This is what I think the undercard is gonna be. I think that either it's gonna be Jaron Ennis versus what? I know this may come of that field, but I think maybe Frank Martin versus Isaac Cruz. I don't know. There's been no rumors about Frank Martin versus Isaac Cruz.
I mean, that's not a bad fight.
That's a great fight for what it's worth. That would be a great fight. I think that the undercard would be Frank Martin versus Rolly Romero. I think that Earl, if it's not Jaron under Earl's undercard, I think it's going to be one of the top 135 pounders. Because I think he wants to give him. So I think that, but that's a good fight, though. I think Frank Martin versus Isaac Cruz are pretty good. After Frank's next fight, I want to see him fight either. I think he's ready for a Shakur or somebody.
Shakur is fighting Buddy from Japan next. That knocked out Nakatani.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that did come out. Huh.
Yeah.
What's up, Lisa?
I think that's going to be a more competitive fight than people think. I think Shakur is going to win, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as other fights he's been in.
I I out the Japanese dude. Is he pretty good?
I saw him fight Nakatani, and he looked fundamentally really good. So I think he can give Shakur at least early a challenge. Now down the stretch, Shakur, like Mayweather, he start calculating you and figuring you out. But I think early it should be a fight.
Devin Haney is like Mayweather, not Shakur.
No, Shakur is everything Devin is times 10.
No, he's not.
Everything Devin does, Shakur does better. He does better.
No.
Yes.
No. Listen, we can
Let me ask you this. No. Hold on. Let me ask you this real fast. Statistically, right now, who is the least hit boxer in all of boxing, every division? Who's the least hit person statistically?
No, I could. Was it not?
It's Shakur.
I thought it was Shakur.
Shakur Stevenson.
Okay.
Who has the
Shakur
highest land? Wait. I'm not done. Who has the highest land percentage in boxing right now?
Errol Spence.
No, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say number one is Lomachenko. Right behind him is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur statistically is better than Devin in every facet. And unlike Devin, Shakur doesn't have two bunny paws underneath his gloves.
All right, so has Shakur really, and I might come as flabbergasted, but other than Oscar Valdez, I mean, was Jamel Herring worth anything? Worth a shit? What about Jamel Herring? Shakur.
Well, Herring was a good champion for a while.
No, Herring wasn't just. I mean, we know Jamel Herring's not winning no boxing awards at all. I mean, this was a guy who.
But he was still
he was in the military first.
Right, he was in the Marines first, came pro, but he was still a good champion.
Your definition of good champion. Good champions are Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Canelo. Those are great champions.
No. Those are elites. Good is different. I didn't say he was an elite champion. I said he was still a good champion.
No,
so it's
I'm
good
saying.
And you got to look at the experience difference. Shakur had minimal experience getting in there.
I think a good champion is somebody like a Keith Thurman when he was a champion. I think Danny Garcia is a good champion.
Danny Garcia ain't beat nobody at welterweight. This dude trash.
At 140. At 140.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was trying to say.
So keep the same energy with Bud. Keep the same energy with Bud. Bud was undisputed at 140.
What the hell is Bud going to do with this? I said he's elite champion.
Danny is trash. He couldn't win shit at welterweight. That dude is trash. Like, he has never been good.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, I think that there's champions, good champions, and elite champions. I don't even think Jamel is champion. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was a good champion. I don't think he was elite, but I think he was a good champion.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, there's elite, there's great, and then there's good. Elite, there's good, and then there's just average. He's just a name of the sport, man.
Average, if you're average.
No.
You're not going to become a champion if you're just average.
I'm talking about for a championship standard, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking. He's a phenomenal boxer to be a champion because most boxers don't make it to be that. I'm just saying for a champion standard. Names in this sport that we know of, great sport of boxing. He's like come on, bro. It is what it is. I like Jamel. Jamel Herring's one of he's great. Ugas is great.
Look at this. Look at
great
shit.
ambassadors for the sport.
He said, what happened to your guy Ellis? He got splattered by a gatekeeper. Well, Villa's not a gatekeeper, for one. For two, he got robbed. He clearly got robbed in that fight.
Hey, Lisa, what you think about Derek James trading Anthony Joshua. What do you think about that?
Is that official?
It's not official, but it's just highly rumored. If it's true, what do you think about it?
How many heavyweights has Derek James trained? Yes, he's got good fighters underneath him, but how many heavyweights has he trained?
Any heavyweights that are of note that we know of?
Any, really? How many heavyweights does he actually train that have any type of winning record? I don't care if
we know of.
3-0.
I'm saying no. I'm telling you, none that we really know of.
I don't know. I personally, me, I would never go to a coach that's never trained somebody in my weight class at the highest level, especially heavyweight. Because heavyweight is different than any other weight class in boxing. Only in heavyweight does one punch end it all. And any of them can do it. You don't have to be an elite heavyweight. You just have to be a heavyweight that knows how to throw a punch. And you can end a guy who's much better than you with a lucky shot. It's different. I would never, ever go to somebody who's never trained heavyweights.
Okay. But if he was going to do that, I think Derek James is the right man. And I think that Anthony Joshua meshes well with a Derek James. Wouldn't you think so?
Who?
I think that Anthony to Derek.
So
and
who does he have? Do the Charlos move like Anthony Joshua?
No. But let me tell you. We know that we who?
Does either one, because I say either one because they were both with him at one point in time. Does either one of the Charlos fight like Anthony Joshua? Does Errol Spence Jr. fight like Anthony Joshua?
Jamal was never with Derek. He was always with Ronnie.
With Ronnie Shields? I thought he was there first, and then he was
no, originally it was Jamal and Jamel. That was their training style. I think since they got into boxing, and then what happened was Jamel got tired of Ronnie. He put him in the corner, and then he asked Errol Spence and said, "Can I get trained by Derek?" And most of his successes came with Derek. But originally he was with Ronnie Shields, and it was Jamel who. And what's up, Lisa?
No, what's going on, Lenore? How's everybody? What's up?
Good. Long time no speak. I know you happy about getting trained by Derek James.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. It doesn't affect me. I don't know him personally. I hope everything work out for the young man. And you know?
Yeah, I thought aren't you a supporter?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite fighters right now. But I mean, whatever choice. It's just at the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan. It's not that deep for me. You know what I'm trying to say, Lenore?
Mm-hmm.
Like Tony has a different, far as I don't know, but I get what Tony's saying about if a person's never trained a heavyweight. So I don't know.
For sure.
Is there any just heavyweight trainers out there? Specifically?
Well, no,
heavyweight?
but like where Dillian White went, you got Buddy McGirt. He's had heavyweight. Virgil Hunter's been around heavyweight.
Yeah.
You got
Ronnie Shields.
Sugar Hill.
Ronnie Shields.
Never fighting AJ at this point. He's been around heavyweights. Like there's plenty of American trainers who have been around heavyweights. Hell, my personal pick being that AJ could not go with Buddy McGirt because Dillian White's with him, I would have said pull Teddy Atlas out of fucking retirement and go to him.
What the fuck, Teddy Atlas, bro? He's too fucking old. He hold the mitts. He's not. And we know Freddie. He was a great trainer back in the day.
You don't have to look. There's plenty of coaches that don't hold the mitts. Not all of them are like Freddie Roach where they hold the mitts, even though they have ailments. Like, no, they have padmen for that.
So
Well, you know,
I'm
Eddie,
saying that let's give Derrick James a chance because he's had success at other weights with. So
mhm.
let's give him a chance. He's had nothing but success here recently, and right now. So we got to give him his props and say, okay, let's see what you can do with. I feel comfortable about it. And to answer your point, Errol Spence and Anthony Joshua and their approach. We know that Derrick James is more of a methodical, fundamental type of trainer. He has heavy pressure and good inside work, and just that and defense with his fundamentals as well. But he's known for that, and he's not like he's a little bit but okay. I think that with a Derrick James type of style that can bring the best out of Josh to focus more on what got him to be heavy, when he fought Klitschko, and then when he beat Klitschko, was kind of his style was more like rock'em sock'em, with pressure, when he was able to kind of over pressure Klitschko. So I think that I started to go back to his roots. So right now, the way I'm feeling about it, I feel like it's a good choice.
You know, Hatman kind of agrees with you, Lenore. I was listening to his video, because he said all three of them are kind of like a little on a methodical path as far as the twin, they're a little more stiff. They're not as fluid. He said Charlo was a little more fluid, but they come with the pressure. Yeah, so I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, to me. Go ahead, Lisa.
No, he was just saying maybe Derrick James would be good for AJ's biomechanics for that type of fighter. So I really don't know, because this is all a science. So I mean, I wish him I hope it worked out for him. I always thought, me personally, the what's the guy's name? The one that had a situation with Clarissa Shields. What's his name?
Oh, the one that got punched?
Yeah, I always thought that he would have been good because he used to train Usyk. That's the one I would have went for. And he's older. And he's no nine.
You got AJ in the background. What does this say? Hold on. We gotta blow up this picture. Oh, I can't blow up the picture on here?
Who? That's what's his face, ain't
it? Yo, what's up with the teeth?
I don't know where them teeth came from. It looked like somebody, you know how they do the
No, I know.
Yeah. Damn. That's rough, that picture.
I don't think AJ should be methodical at all. Methodical is slow, picking your shots. To me, AJ is a seeking to destroy. You put him in there.
That's Errol Spence's style. That's what I was trying to say. You put it perfectly, Tony. His original style, seek and destroy. Fundamentals. That's exactly what Derrick James teaches. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like look at Frank.
I mean, we won't know until the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for sure.
We won't know
speculating
until they get in the ring. Like I said, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's good for your boy Anthony. If anybody can revive his career right now, I think it is a Derrick James right now. So
I think he would have been better off going back to Tony Sims personally when I had to leave the UK. But it is what it is. Like, you left the person who made you great, and McCracken had him going downhill ever since. He gets with Garcia, doesn't do anything different in the rematch. And then now he's going for another trainer. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Go back.
It's not for you to get, Tony. It's not your life.
I didn't say it was my life or for me to get.
No,
but what
but
I'm saying is the moves he made is stupid. Like
it's stupid to you. It's not stupid to
yes,
him.
losing is stupid. Doing the same stuff over and over just to lose is stupid.
Well, that's your opinion. If another person chooses to live their life, it's none of my damn business. I can make they're public figures, but I'm not going to keep going on and on and on about it. Oh, you see what I said? I just said, hey, I wish him nothing but the best. I hope everything worked out for him.
I can wish somebody the best too and still say they're making stupid moves.
Okay, yeah. I think we all make stupid moves. Guess what, Tony? Every day I make a mistake.
Yeah, but your mistakes don't cost you millions.
Has it really cost them millions?
This dude, like me, I make mistakes just like you. Every day I make mistakes, but it don't cost me millions of dollars to make a mistake. If it did, I would swallow my pride. Like if Lenore was my trainer. No, just listen.
Making more money for us.
All I'm saying is if Lenore was my trainer and he got me to a certain level, right? And we had a falling out, whether it was his fault, my fault. And after I left him, I started to do this. I would swallow my pride and go back to him. I'm out of time, AJ. I didn't hear the question. I'm out of time, AJ. StreamYard is not going to let me use it till next month. I didn't realize I used all the time on it, so I'm trying to restream.
Lisa,
how am I able?
Don't win.
This is what I don't understand. You know, whenever you speak the truth, people say you're a hater. I've made so many pro AJ videos.
I want to hear.
But because I speak the truth, now I'm a hater.
I mean, it's your truth. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't have to be his.
Well,
I mean, that's your. I get you, Tony. It's nothing wrong with. Yeah, Tony. It's nothing wrong with.
At the end of the day, his truth, my truth is irrelevant. All that matters is the win. And if you're not winning, that's the truth. You're losing.
Yeah, I got you. Tony, you know I gotta have love for you. I love coming on your show. I love it. Cause I love how you debate.
But I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Lisa was whole debacle with Earl Spence and his Keith Thurman fight 154.
You know what threw me with this fight? It's not that they were going to fight, it's the weight. That kind of threw me.
Let's talk about that, Tony. Instead of talking about whether you think Spencer Crawford, I can agree with you when it comes to going at 154, Keith and Earl. It to not be mandated. I mean, it was mandated, but for it not to be a title defense and Earl Spence is getting away with it. I mean, I gotta take my hats off to the dude. There's a lot of opportunities.
I don't even understand why Keith was fighting. If he's not going to win a title from it, Earl can lose.
Oh, Tony, but I know what it is. And this is a lot about Keith Thurman. Where his mindset is not in it for fighting for legacy no more. He's in it because he wants to get. He's in the big name. He's not in it for legacy. Because you gain nothing. Because even if you were to win title at no weight, so it's like that let me know that Keith Thurman he needs a payday. And
exactly, that's what it is. It's a payday. It's a cash out. That's all this is. He's cashing out, and then they're paying the check for his name. That's all it is. Because it's not a fight that he can win. It's not a fight he should be involved in. But he's gonna cash out, and his trade is he's giving up his name to Earl Spence. So all this is.
Lisa, what you say? But I guess he's having some technical difficulties. But like I said, even though it is kind of some bullshit, it's out of foot. It's like, and I don't want to hear people talking about he's bringing Keith up. He's bringing Keith up to rough. Keith Thurman and Earl Spence fought at the same weight in the beginning of his career, but people forget about that fought above 147 when they first started. So is that uncharted territory for either man?
I don't care if they fought at 200 pounds. It's still a stupid fight.
But Tony, how about you just sit down and you just get
What's up?
you just being a Grinch right now. Grinch right now.
I'm not being a Grinch. I'm just being honest. Like Earl Spence can show up fat, eating all them cheeseburgers, drinking all that beer he's been drinking. They can fight at 200 pounds, and it means no different to me at 200 than it does at 147. Like,
I'm not going to discredit it. I'm not going to discredit the fight. I think it's still competitive. I mean,
how
competitive as long as it lasts.
Look, Keith Thurman lost a little bit of T-Rex arms. Like, come on, bro.
I mean,
that's his words.
I was surprised that he lost. I actually thought he was going to win, but I was crazy. But he barely lost by hair. But man, and so when this first press conference, because it may not even be official, I hope it is, but when this first press conference comes out, you know, I want you to make a reaction video, Tony, and put it out and tell me what you think.
I'm gonna try to get a press pass. So I can ask a question and then get my press pass removed immediately. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Because I'm gonna ask the fucking question. Why is this dumbass fight happening? Can either one of y'all tell me?
If he needs before he goes to Bud. If Earl Spence beats Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford on the pound list now.
I'm gonna laugh. I am going to laugh so hard that Spence loses.
Terrence been on the pound for pound list.
He is. He's number one.
I know. I'm saying that I'm going to put put Earl Spence above Keith Thurman. I mean, above Terrence.
How? Earl Spence doesn't even belong on a pound for pound.
He don't even fight his mandatories. I don't respect that.
Lisa,
I mean,
when are you going to say that?
I've known plenty of fighters that was unified. He don't fight his mandatory.
I think that boxing is
Mic check.
Go ahead.
Why they mandate?
Look,
It was supposed to happen. What's his name? Barrio. Bullshit. Months back saying, okay, and then even Keith gonna fight. Get the fuck out! You don't get no points from me. Fight your Mando.
Damn, Lisa.
Lenard,
That's how you
I
feel.
do not understand.
When AJ had 3 titles, he fought his Mandos. So I respect that.
And he lost too.
So why?
That's just
Okay, he lost, but guess what? He did the right thing. He fought his Mando. It doesn't mean if you won or lost. Earl is protected, and he's not fighting his Mandos. You okay with that? Because I'm not.
Listen, I think he should.
So what?
Listen,
He lost. Plenty of great fighters lost.
No. I'm saying this. I'm saying that
You can't say he didn't fight his Mandos.
no, Keith Thurman was a Mando, even though it's not. Keith Thurman was a Mando.
Well, then why isn't it at 147 then?
Because he can't make weight.
Can't make weight.
Mic drop. Okay.
But you act like that Spence, one of the biggest welterweights in that class, can't make weight. Is that a surprise? Like,
Can I
mic drop.
say something?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, AJ.
It's a load of bullshit. I see Fugazi.
What? Go ahead, AJ.
I was just gonna say, like, I agree with Lisa. There's no, I mean, with Tony earlier, there's no point. I'm not streaming it. it's a fight that does nothing for either guy, really. You know, if Thurman manages to win, I'm not picking him to win, by the way. But if he wins, he wins nothing. Pointless. I just don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping the fight would take place in 147. That would make much even, which doesn't make even more sense. So, you know, but it is what it is, I guess. You know, premier butt cheeks. So,
But geez.
All
No, I want
right.
to ask you this. I've been wanting to ask you
Yeah.
this. Lenore. How can anybody put Earl Spence on the conference line?
Easy. Keith Thurman, he would have arguably the best resume in boxing. The only other man that would have a great argument, but he would easily have the best resume in boxing. Canelo will be the only
According to who? According to who?
According to who?
according to Leonard
No.
Thomas.
Why? Because
According to
people
Leonard
know.
Thomas
Nah,
of the boxing guru.
Look,
Nah,
he
got
beat,
the
he
best
beat, he
resume
beat
in boxing.
Lenard.
he definitely don't have
How? Let's look at it. He beat Danny
the best
Garcia.
resume in boxing.
He beat Danny Garcia, who literally beat nobody at welterweight. He beat Sean Porter, who lost in every single big fight he was ever in. He beat Kell Brook. However, Kell Brook had just had his orbital bone broke fighting Triple G and got him when he came back down. Who else would be a huge win for him? You say Keith Thurman would be a good win. However, Keith Thurman ain't even fought in the last year and a half, going on 2 years.
Tony,
Wait.
Thurman is
And then he beat Mikey Garcia, who came up 30 weight classes to fight him.
Damn, he still got some names you can go through. Like, it's still some names out there. He names you going
But
through.
when you
won't go
really
through
look at, let me
names.
ask you
He
this,
won't
Lenard,
go through those
has he
names.
ever been undisputed? Has he ever been undisputed?
No.
Is he a multi-division champion?
No.
He's already disqualified.
All right, man. Listen.
By the way,
You-
when
you
Earl moves
still-
up, that's his last. He's not going back down to 147.
I think that he's gonna fight Keith. After that fight, I think he's gonna try to renegotiate with Crawford. I think that it's probably gonna
That fight's
be either a catch
dead.
weight.
The fight's dead. He's not fighting.
It's either gonna be a
But
147. It's gonna be at 147, or it's gonna be at a catch weight. That's what I think it's gonna be. I think that renegotiate. We'll see at what weight though. I don't think it's gonna be 154. I think he's still going to or a catch weight or something like that.
They're going to fight at 152. They're going to try to fight him at 152. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go at 152.
And
what? It's not welterweight.
So
It's not welterweight.
I hope you keep the same smoke with Canelo, because
Look, man,
Canelo
I'm
did
gonna
it.
tell you right now,
Floyd did it.
Lenard, Spence will never be a champion at 154.
Hoping.
If he gets in there, look, there's already a guy right now calling him out, Fondora. Let him get in there with Fondora. Let him get in there.
Now, this is what I'll give you this. I'm not really worried about Earl Spence losing to Crawford. I think he beats Crawford. But I'm more people like Jaron Ennis and Fondora. That's what I'm more worried about. Because if you give more time, if you give Fondora more time, and if he goes up to 160-year-old Spence, I think that yes. So I'm just saying that, like, these current cards big. I just think the size and the scale is a little bit too much. When you start bringing up names like Ennis, go ahead.
There are multiple fighters right now who are multi-division champions and have been undisputed. Spence is not one of them. And he's not going to be one of them because at the end of the day, he's a haggler. He's a one-weight class champion. That's all he'll ever be.
Hey, Tony.
He's too old. He's waited too long to move up in weight. He's too old, and he's not even going to get undisputed in the only weight class he's been in.
All right, go ahead, AJ.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah. You said, hey, Tony, and then you stop. Hey, Tony, If I could, I would be you.
It's
Hey,
like
Tony.
it's this is not like StreamYard like
No, it's
I
Man,
come across.
I'm cutting out, man. It's really bad. It's really when you bring a StreamYard back, man, I'll cash app you something if that's what.
well, here's the thing. I will pay for StreamYard. It's just like I don't consistently have 6 people, 8 people on the panel, so I didn't see the point of buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Six
Because I
people
don't
at
do,
times. It usually gets
I haven't,
up to 4 to 5.
I haven't been active with lives.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So
I
this
think
one
I
is
think
free.
that
They're all free, but you only get so much time that it's free.
Oh, okay.
I think that the 50 fights or the fights that Earl, I'm nervous about for Earl is in Fundora, him fighting Jermell if he fights Jermell. Those are the fights that I kind of get a little concerned with, because I think those are like.
Tim, let me help you out. Tim Tszyu would whoop that ass. Tony Harrison would whoop that ass. J-Rock would whoop that ass. I bet you who I can't find in the bushes, Hurd would beat his ass.
Ooh, and that when you mentioned Saxon Blood talking, because there ain't no way Tim Tszyu will be able to whoop Earl Spence. That's not the I mean, it'll be an embarrassment if Earl Spence lost to a Tim Tszyu.
I'm telling you, he'll lose to Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu may knock him out.
Why is that?
Because he is not going to be able to handle the pressure. He's not going to be able to handle it. He's going to get a guy who's much bigger than him for the first time. He's not going to have the size advantage. He's going to be shorter. He's going to be smaller when it comes to actual size. And he's going to be pressured unlike he's ever been pressured before by a bigger man.
Let me go by. Since you're being such a good hater, I'm just gonna buy you. I hate Earl Spence hater hat. Christmas. I know it passed. I owed one.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one that made.
I mean, hey. It's not hate just because we think.
Hey,
Cutting out, bro.
Out.
You cutting out, man. Really bad.
You was perfect when you got on at first.
But just wear the hat, man.
I don't know.
Look, I already see it. Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence, they're gonna fight in like 15 years from now in an exhibition, like Mayweather.
This shit is just like Mayweather and Pacquiao, man. It's just dirty. It's just as vitriolic. It's just as like. It's been a roll. It's been like a freaking Jerry Springer show, man. Every month, every week, a new. It's crazy, man. It's like, and I think that when both, like I said this before, I think that listen, at the end of the day, man, both sides are to blame, man. Nobody's perfect, and I think that the pain is like. I mean, we can't. At what point are we just gonna say, you know what, the fight happens when it happens? It's
it
like
ain't happening.
Pulling hairs. We're pulling hairs and go, and then these two motherfuckers, two rich ass dudes, don't give a fuck about us. So I give so much energy and time to it.
Lenard, the fight.
That's the channels to happen, and I've been saying that for years.
It is not going to happen. Look, when Terrence Crawford left Top Rank and the fight did not happen immediately, that told me everything I need to know. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Tony, I'll tell you another thing. When they met in person that time
it was
at the Mohawk fight,
yeah,
he said all I needed to hear. He was never in plans.
Why wouldn't
it is what it is.
Why wouldn't I go the route?
It is what it is. People just making money off of this story. It's the analytics. It's a big story. It's me personally. It's boring. It's been boring. I've been saying it for years.
The story is definitely dragged out. It's really dragged. And I do think, like you said, I do think people are making money off of it. I just disagree when Tony, like what you're alluding to, that it's just Earl Spencer's fault or something like that. I think there's blame to be put on both sides. Like, for example, we can blame Bud for certain things and Earl. Go ahead.
We can blame Bud for what?
Yeah, I mean,
Bud.
we can blame Bud.
We can blame Earl. We can blame
Bud. It's Bud's fault because, he wouldn't take 5% pay. It's Bud's fault because he wouldn't accept no flat fee. It's Bud's fault because he wouldn't sign the agreement saying that I'll lose on purpose to you, Earl Spence. I'll let you beat me. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of things we could blame Bud for, but none of them are real.
It's Bud's fault because on the other side of the street, as Earl said, it's because you had people in this community talking about Terrence Crawford knew when to walk away. What that got to do with trying to fight the best of the best? Who cares where you at and what who you fight for? That's not what boxing should be about. But if people want to get into all of that BS, this is boxing, and then the fans didn't help it. The fans didn't help it, pitting each other against each other, and it's just I'm looking at a realistic point of view and a mature point of view. This is all a bunch of mess. That shouldn't stop.
It's a bunch of mess, but you just kind of like you've lost a little bit of your reasonability. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised now I'm hearing a different tune from you. Now it's Earl Spence's fault. It's like from your people.
I never said everything was his fault. I'm saying what was put out there. I'm saying I never said this is what I said. Earl Spence said in that post presser was showing for the fight. He said if he wants to fight me, you got to come to PBC or whatever. Remember he said that?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. So you're on the wrong side of the street. So they telling you in order if you want to fight me, you got to come here. So it's like that's not what fighting is about. That's not what boxing is about. It's about making the best fights. So if y'all want to go on there, all of that stuff, and y'all go over there and be on your island bodies, who gives a fuck?
So, I don't know. I don't know that, but you didn't. I think what you're saying is just proven because they try to make a fight with Bud and to the sunset. So, I mean, look, I don't know.
I'll say it. It's all Earl Spence's fault. It's all the PBC. It's all Al Heyman. It's all their fault.
And
I believe nothing.
Don't forget
Bud and what he was saying.
Crawford, don't forget to add him because being the hottest name in boxing, in YouTube boxing at least. People like you, he gets covered a lot, huh?
What'd you say?
Earl Spence being the hottest name in YouTube.
He's not.
Since
Earl Spence not even close to being the hottest name.
Who's the hottest name?
Canelo's way bigger. Anthony Joshua's way bigger. Tyson Fury, Usyk, Archer Beterbiev, I would argue. Beeble's a bigger name. Like, there's plenty of people. Oh, we could go
he's
all
talking
the way
about YouTube boxing.
the world.
He's talking about YouTube boxing.
Like, come on, bro. He is not anywhere close to being the biggest name in boxing.
Do you understand what you're saying, Lenore? You're saying YouTube boxing, but that does not. Okay, so what you're saying is content creators. Yeah, that's what you're saying. What? This ain't about content creators. This is about putting asses in seats and putting money in your pocket.
Lenore, you can't even see
and he ain't even on
right now.
Those.
You said some city.
Okay.
That'd be it, really? You just lost all your credibility in me.
Look, I'm gonna say this again because you might not have heard me. You cannot even see all of YouTube boxing. You see YouTube America. That's all you see because that's all we have. We go to www.youtube.com. You don't see YouTube.co. All the other nations that have completely different people that speak in their language. You don't see them algorithms. You don't see what they talk about when it comes to boxing. Like there are a few select channels who bring up Earl Spence, and that's it. That's it. That's all he's got.
All right, man. Man, I think we kind of beat this
Yeah.
topic.
We beat the topic into the ground like he beat Yellow Beezy into the ground. My brother.
Yeah, but
What?
Lenore, you saying from Lenore?
Are we gonna keep it boxing or what?
Lenore, you speaking from a
what?
you speaking. Listen to what you're saying. You're speaking from a perspective of a content creator, and not not a global perspective. Or even if you speaking now, if you want to say American boxing, yeah, he's one of the biggest names, yeah. But right now, it's looking like Tank is a bigger name, or becoming a bigger name.
No, he is. Ryan Garcia, a bigger name. Both them dudes.
It goes back and forth. It depends on who's fighting. Now the energy is going more towards him right now, but it goes back and forth. Like sometimes it's Terrence, sometimes it's not as Wilder. It kind of just depends, like when the energy, kind of what develops during the time of the year.
I'm gonna tell you something. None of them ain't got shit on Mike Tyson when he was fighting. That was a superstar.
What about Floyd?
Yeah, Floyd, Manny, both of them.
Manny.
Like Earl Spence is like a drop.
Yeah, Floyd definitely Manny. Yeah,
he's not on their level. He's just not. Like maybe if
when he beats up on Terrence.
Maybe if he would have fought Crawford and got undisputed, maybe he could have got on that level, but he's not at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see it. I think we'll see it this year, man.
But no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just a dream and a hope.
Don't even waste your time, your breath.
Well, it's funny,
my dude,
because people are just like, they're just so defeated with this whole situation. They're just done with it.
The fight is not gonna happen, my dude.
Who got time waiting for years? We did that. You think we got Lenore? We have experience from Maype. We ain't doing this again. We ain't doing this again. And if they do fight, ain't nobody gonna fucking care. Two middle-aged men.
This is crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. My closing thoughts to this. You know, this is a good fight for Earl. It does do something for his legacy. It does do something for his legacy because Keith Thurman is even if he doesn't fight, he fought the best welterweight at one particular point. He is an original rival, and it is still at a decent level. He has one loss. So, with that being said, hopefully we get it in April. Hopefully it is official. Hopefully there's no cap in this situation. Just fight on the road and get to Keith Thurman smoke out the way. And if Earl wins, again, for his belt and his resume, and then we can hopefully get that Terrence Crawford. If it doesn't happen like this year, then it's not going to happen at all. Or at least definitely not going to happen at 147. But I'm actually for real mean it this time. I think that there's no smoke left after Keith Thurman. I would fight the new guard like Joanne or Virgil. So Staciones is no blow.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, my dude. It's done. It's over. Put a fork in it. It's done. The fight's over.
I like why you feel the way you feel. And AJ, now you don't know what you're talking about, bro. It does something for the original Terrence Crawford. We all know the story. We don't have to have a history lesson. We know that Earl was Keith. We all know this. And Keith is still fighting at a good level. The best like he
No, he's not.
Oh, boy, bye.
Keith Thurman is fighting
But
at
he's
no
still
level.
fighting. He's fighting on a good
How?
And I'm the queen.
level, man.
And I'm the queen of Africa.
Leonard, Keith Thurman hasn't fought. He hasn't fought since 2021, and that was against a 140-pound fighter.
And Keith is my dude.
2022.
The same 140-pound fighter that got knocked out by a 135-pound fighter. Are we fucking serious right now?
You got your key?
Listen, man.
Nah,
Pick
I
all
ain't
you want. You can nitpick and just do this boxing shit everybody does. We can pick through every boxer's resume if you want to do that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this is a good fight to me, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
You know why it's a
You know
good
what I'm
fight?
saying? So,
Because Earl is fighting. Because you're an Earl fan, so I get it. Just like we said,
I know I'm
we
a boxing fan.
Yeah, but we said the Abenesian fight was a good fight because we're, Bub fans.
No,
I get it.
No, it wasn't.
But
Okay.
yes, it was.
The
David Abenesian was active. His active fighting. He was top 10 world ranked welterweight. What are you talking about? How is beating a guy who was in the top 10 not impressive?
Not impressive because all fighters in the top 10 are made the same. At the end,
Keith,
you know,
Keith should have fought him a long time ago.
Your boy Boots just struggled with a guy named Karen. Are we serious?
Okay, and I'm saying it's good that he struggled because he's going to get better. He needs this learning experience.
Yeah, but he struggled with Karen. For Karen.
I ain't gonna beat him up for that, because you know what? Guess what? You have some bad days and some good days. What I'm saying about with Boots, Boots got to work on cutting off the ring better. And it's always a day at the office. It wasn't his best night, but at the same time, he win. No spectacular, no. He probably needed that, to be honest.
He needed that. Yeah, he did need that because he don't believe his own smoke, his own hype. That he's proven anything yet. So we got to see him out
there. He proved
his father was pissed. I think
Rashidi was for the what?
Rashidi.
Boots would beat the hell out of it. Now, but I will say this though, it'll be
interesting. How? Leonard. Boots proved he cannot hit a moving target. The one thing that Rashidi proved is he doesn't stop moving.
I think that what it was to engage with you. That European dude was not willing to engage at all.
He did engage.
Counter shot and pot shot.
Karen would jump in and tag him with combos and jump right back out. And he kept getting hit by the same combos time after time.
He was pot shotting. That's what he was doing.
Right. So was Mayweather when he fought Floyd. I mean, Pacquiao. Pot shotting.
Karen was doing the same leap in, the same hop in every single time, the same 1-2 every single time. And Boots couldn't adapt to it. He was getting his head lit up. Like, I don't understand what he was doing. If Karen would have actually let his hands go, he could have beat him.
He wouldn't have knew. He didn't open himself up because he knew he was going to get countered and beat the shit out of. That's why he didn't. I got to survive and pot shot and pick my moments. That's exactly what he did. The same thing why Mikey didn't get knocked out. Mikey didn't engage. He just fought the distance and wasn't putting no forward momentum. Because he knew that if I engage with this dude, I'm gonna get knocked.
Mikey came from 30 weight classes below.
I don't know, man. Whatever.
He's taking him home.
Earl fight. Lisa, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Tony, long time no talk. I'll just see you guys later.
I told him to get the coffee milk.
Can't hear you. I can't hear you. Lisa,
Mike's loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said what now, Tony and Lennar?
No, you had a lot of stuff going on in your background. I think it was.
Oh, I was going to another room and it was the big TV was on. Sorry.
No, you good. What was you saying, Leonard?
I was just saying, listen, you know what? I think it's a good fight. And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I just said I was wishing you goodbye because I gotta go. But you know, I said it was nice talking with you.
It was good
All
talking
right.
with you.
Lennar, it was good talking to you too. Let's see. I'm not gonna hold my breath though.
I'm happy that you think it's a good fight, but it's gonna be a one-sided beatdown by Earl Spence. Keith Thurman is not the same fighter, and you're gonna see that it was not worth the watch because he stands no chance at winning.
His legs is not even the same.
They're not. They're
Nope.
gone. He can't move.
Mm-hmm. And even if his legs is the body shots, the Earl is relentless with body attack. Keith never been in there with no body puncher like Earl.
Like if this fight would have happened before Keith Thurman kept getting injured 5 years ago, it would have been a great fight. Today, not so good.
Yeah, that's why I was saying he should have fought him back then. When he was still, you know, and even then it would have been 50-50.
I actually think Thurman ducked him back then.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, everybody said that, yeah. Everybody used to say that. I just think they was on two different trajectories. He just never gave him that shot. You know, because he's petty. He felt like Mayweather didn't give him that shot.
Right.
When, you know, so he was like, he gonna do his own thing. And then he thought that he was the man of the division. And he wasn't. You know what I mean? Not as Pacquiao was still.
And lo and behold, Pacquiao comes later to beat Thurman.
There. He wasn't really the man.
Your mic's going out, Lisa. I think it's this restream. I don't think it's that good.
No.
He said Thurman is washed
yet.
like my.
Oh man, yeah, Thurman is done.
Yeah,
I hate to say it. I like Thurman. Yeah.
I like him too, but the fact is, he's not on the elite level anymore. He's just not. Like it's not a good fight.
Yeah.
He's just too injury.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. His body's been breaking down, you know.
Yeah.
For a lot of years.
And that's the
then
thing.
He has hands. He got hand issues too. But I tell you something.
Go ahead.
Nothing may not be who he was. He's still dangerous. He still can hit hard. I know Barrios wasn't like the creme de la creme, but that guy's face looked it's terrible.
Yeah. But it was a much smaller man coming up. And then on top of that, though, if Thurman would have just beat Barrios and then he was going into the Spence fight, I'd be like, okay, he's active. But he hasn't done nothing since 2021.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not even like I don't see how it's competitive. I don't see how this is a competitive fight. It's a one-sided fight. Like
ever since Danny Garcia, he's been very inactive.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand injuries happen. There's nothing you can do about it, but it's like, I don't see how he deserves a shot. If anything, if Keith wanted to prove that he was still on top, then he should be going for a boots. He should be going for the winner of Stanionis Ortiz. Those are the fights he should be taking, not getting a first row shot at the champions.
But the same thing happened with Wilder. The WBC is like that. They're former champs. I don't know. They have them in high rankings. He fought What was the guy's name that he just fought for a title
Hellenius.
eliminator? Yeah. So then
No,
whoever.
it's not. So the title eliminator shot is against Andy Ruiz Jr., the winner of that.
Right, but he's still in line. Like they don't put you like at the bottom. Like it's just I don't think it's fair, but the same thing with him.
Well, I think Hellenius was ranked like number 2 or 3 in the WBC when Wilder beat him.
Yeah.
So that's why he
Well, they
jumped up.
they usually put their rankings up when they about to fight somebody big.
No. What I'm saying is they didn't do that with Hellenius because Hellenius beat Old Naki. I call him Old Naki. He beat him 2 times in
Yeah.
a row, and that boosted him to
Right.
the top of the WBC. So that's
Hey,
how.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
Stepped out for lunch.
that even after 2 losses, that still wouldn't. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but they were to the same person, so it's kind of different than losing to 2 different people. I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like AJ, we heard you and then we didn't.
Crap, I'm cutting out, man. This
I heard this.
Oh,
It's Go ahead.
I can hear you, AJ.
I'm not using my headphones anymore. I'm off my headphones. I'm not using my AirPods anymore. I'm using open.
We can hear you. Just keep talking. We hear you. Just talk.
I'm off my AirPods. I'm using open mic.
Okay.
Oh,
I
man,
hear you.
you went Jack Reacher. You went Jack Reacher on your boss, like I said.
I would, but I just stepped out for lunch right quick because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
probably
Lunch.
gonna be on for maybe about 10-20 minutes.
Oh.
So
I'm like, lunch. It's 9:30. I'll keep forgetting you.
yeah, I'm not. You guys are 3 hours ahead of me, so it's like what 6:30. 6:30 over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But man, the Spence loaf is real tonight, man.
It is. Like there's nobody that can find anything happen.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
How do you feel about the fight, AJ? And we'll move on.
What fight? What fight is it?
The Thurman fight. How do you feel about it?
It's pointless. Having a fight is ridiculous. I mean, it's like it's up. It's above anybody who's defending is a clear PBC fan or Spence fan. Well, I would use Boyd, but I'm gonna say it. I'm dead. I mean, like I'm not gonna watch that shit. I'm not even gonna stream. I don't give 2 shits when he was gonna fight him at 147, but not 154. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And to hear him defend that bullshit, it's like, my God, bro. Like, what? Come on, man. I mean, I got no issue with letting. Like, the guy seems like a nice guy, but I mean, come on, we gotta it's real at some point, you know?
Right. No, I agree. It's a BS fight. Kelvin, you're wrong. Hellenius was either number 2 or number 3. He might have been number 1 in the WBC whenever Wilder fought him because Kalnacki was the mandatory for that belt before he lost that to Hellenius, and then they had a rematch and he lost again. So you can't say that he was a bum or not a ranked WBC fighter.
I mean, I guess we're calling top 10 ranked fighters in the weight class bums now. I guess that's what we're doing. Pose. I mean, by the way, Tony, I should share your sentiments.
To me, Hellenius was a real win. That was a real win.
Yeah, yeah. He was top 10. I mean, but like, as far as David Evans, that I think David would beat the shit out of Keith. I pick him to beat the shit out of Keith now.
Oh yeah, David Evanesian would beat the living hell out of Keith Thurman. He would dance around him.
Yeah. I mean, I pick him to beat the shit out of Keith now, even though the Bud knocked after the fact that Bud knocked him.
I'm agreeing with you right now, today, after the knockout, he beat him. I think Butayev would beat him too.
I think Stanionis would beat him. I think Virgil would beat him. I pick Boots to beat him, even though he had a piss poor showing. I'd still pick.
I agree. It's just For Keith, unfortunately, Father Time stepped in, and when Father Time steps in, he's undefeated. Like, it's not saying he's a bad. He was a great fighter when he was a great fighter, but he's not a great fighter no more. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect Keith, but he's just not the same guy. Ah! Oh, we're not stopping until I got my Jack Reacher. That's my goal.
I mean, what's
You heard
funny
me?
is like if y'all heard you. If Spence had fought Avanesian, Leonard would have no issue with it. I guarantee you that.
You said what?
If Leonard, if Spence fought Avanesian, then Leonard bet.
Yeah, if it would have been the opposite way around, if Spence would have beat Avanesian and Bud would have been fighting Thurman, they all would be talking about Thurman like we are now. They would all be saying that Avanesian was a good win because he's a top 10 ranked fighter.
Exactly. Which is why I like
Even
nobody
after
can keep the same energy no more.
They don't. And so like, that's the only thing. Like, and that's why my channel grows so slow because I'm not a fan of any fighter.
You talk facts.
That's it.
We're all talking
I
facts.
can't
We're not lying. We're not like pom-pom waving for any fighter. Like, I mean, it's a shame he left. I kind of wanted to go back. This James not anymore. But like, it'd have been a friendly debate. It would have been fun. But yeah, it's like you and he's still like, oh yeah, well, you know, Canelo did it. Like, who's what?
I'm being serious. When I said that earlier. I feel like Yildirim deserved a shot at Canelo more than Thurman does with Spence.
Yeah, he was the mandatory. I mean, like, yeah, that's true. I mean, in a way, yeah. I mean, Keith has done nothing at all. Like, at least Yildirim had
Nothing.
like a prior fight or whatever else. But you know,
Well, no, I think Yildirim was coming off a 2-year layoff. However, they made him the mandatory because there was a big debate about did he lose the fight to Durrell. A lot of people said he won it and got robbed. So the WBC made him the mandatory. And then I think he got injured and then came back after the 2-year wait. But still, more deserving than Thurman.
yeah, I concur. I agree with that.
You're talking, but no sense. Okay, I heard you. You came through at the end. Yo, this restream is trash.
What's that? What's trash? What'd you say?
I see. So I said restream.
He said restream is trash.
Bro, it's garbage juice, man. It's garbage.
That's funny.
Please go back to
Garbage
go back
truck
to,
juice.
Go back to StreamYard, man. You got to get that back, man, for real.
Yeah, I might just have to go ahead and pay that monthly fee for it. Well, the thing is, you know, I don't do a lot of lives. So, like, I've never ran out of time before. I didn't know that was a thing. And then I ran out of time.
Yeah. And it don't lay over, huh?
Yeah. So again, it's like, I just haven't been doing a lot of lives. If I start doing a lot of lives, I'm going to have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Go live like at least 2 or 3 times a week, man.
People
I'll up with you for free, for real.
What's that?
Go live like 2 or 3 times a week.
Sick.
We'll chop it up with you. We'll come by if you're free. So.
Yeah,
you got the 6, and then you got the 10. That's people do them every day, and they have a lot of people on your panel.
Yeah. I mean, if I start consistently going live like I am now, or have been this year, I'll definitely pay for it.
Right.
But it's just depends on my consistency, because I'm not going to pay for something I'm not going to use.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I get it. I'm not a content creator, but I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, AJ and Tony, y'all saw that big fight Eddie Hearn fighting with Hank and Ellaby?
On Twitter? On Twitter? On Twitter?
I think they said it was taken out of context. He made a comment that Tank wasn't that articulate or
Oh,
something. He said, but he was a bad man or whatever in the ring or whatever. So Tank
Yeah, I saw
responded.
that. I saw that.
Ellaby
I saw that.
really went in. Yeah.
and you know what's crazy about it, Lisa? We had this conversation the last time I was live about how he articulates himself, and somebody was saying that he sounds slow, and I was saying that I don't believe that it's the fact that he's slow. It's just that he's searching for the right words to say, and he's not really confident in what he's going to say. So I think he overanalyzes. Because I've heard him. I've seen old videos. I was telling people from whenever he was like 15, 16 years old, and he didn't really care how he came off. He was just talking. So I know if you was to catch him behind the scenes, he talks completely different than he does in interviews.
Gotcha.
I brought the fact too that another problem is Floyd never let him talk. His whole career, Floyd would interrupt him and talk over him.
Right. Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. Yeah.
I think with enough time, he'll come into his own and be very fluid
Yeah.
in what he's saying.
Yeah. Especially as he
But yeah,
towards and yeah.
I didn't see Eddie Hearn say that, but I don't like that. Like, why is he talking about his intelligence? Like, I don't like that.
I don't think I think some of it was the context of how he said it. But still I wouldn't have said that. Sometimes it's best not to say nothing. You know what I mean? Hold on. Yes. Yeah, I think so.
He said Hellenius is straight doo-doo. This is how you feel, Calvin? You think Hellenius is no good? Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I was, you know how mother and grandmother used to say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Well, my thing is, Eddie's not.
When you're on the chopping block.
I don't understand why Eddie would be talking about a fighter when he's not a fighter. It's one thing, like, if another fighter was talking about him because they're going into a fight or they're setting up a fight, that's one thing. But why is a promoter even talking about him?
That's what I said. You gotta be, when you're on the chopping block, you're always under scrutiny like the next man, and yeah. I saw it like it was. I was laughing. I was like, oh God, so it's something with them.
Yeah, I don't know if Eddie's gonna be around much longer. He's losing all his talent. The zone is like not doing so good.
I don't know. They doing well for them. They got that what's that thing with KSI with them?
Oh, the Misfit boxing, the YouTube.
Yeah, that's doing really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never
It's
watched it. Like, I don't
a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. I really can't say
like,
what they're doing or good or bad. I think they branching into. It looks like to me they're branching into global markets. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, it's just I can't get behind KSI. Like that dude cannot fight. He can't fight. He's horrible.
Yeah.
He's horrible for a YouTube boxer terms. Like he's just horrible.
Right. Yeah, I support none of that either. Following. It's crazy. I agree.
He does.
No. Then they just branched off into Australia. They broke into that market. So I think they have more of a global aim, But this,
I don't
this
know.
was going on. Yeah, this is
What's
not
that?
the trick. I will say that PBC alone is not the traditional boxing model. Top rank maybe more close to the model of how we were accustomed to boxing.
Yeah,
Like
but
PBC all had ring girls and know the zone. You know, it's just a non-traditional. Yeah, it's different.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I just see Eddie like, I mean, he lost Canelo. Canelo,
How did he lose
oh,
Canelo? Canelo's still with him.
no, he's a free agent. He,
Okay.
like I'm saying, he used to be signed to Golden Boy, but now Canelo's free to go wherever he wants, fight whoever he wants. Anthony Joshua is questionable about what type of numbers he's going to do. He lost Devin Haney.
What do you mean it's questionable? He just did $1.something million with the last two fights with Usyk.
Yeah, against Usyk in a rematch, but we don't know what he's going to do fighting whoever he's going to fight. We don't know if he's going to do the same numbers. We don't know if he's going to do bigger or lesser than. Right now, it's unknown what he's going to do.
AJ sells wherever he goes, Tony. It doesn't matter. He's Hilton brand.
We'll see. Because, like, boxing fans are very funny. When guys start to lose, they quit the watch.
He's a brand. But he's a brand. That is. Dude makes hella money.
Like I said, it's yet to be seen what he's going to do. But it's like he lost Devin Haney.
Brand is already solidified. Okay, but Devin Haney, yeah, but he did at least. But Eddie was never that type of promoter. He never held people like that. He
lost to Coley. So Lawrence Coley gone. Like that's what I'm saying. Like all his time, Conor Benn. We don't know what's going on with Conor Benn, if they're going to get him off or if he's going to be banned from the sport. Like he's bleeding talent.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
So like,
yeah.
The zone, in my opinion, is not in a good spot.
No, we'll see. Yeah, we will see. I'm hearing Golden Boy ain't doing too well either, so I don't know.
Well, they're right there with the zone.
Yeah, but that's a different. But that's not Matchroom.
No. But what I'm saying is, Golden Boy, they are kind of in cahoots with the zone, like Matchroom is. Like, so if the zone is doing bad, then you could only imagine Golden Boy is going to be doing bad as well. Although they do have Ryan Garcia, and that Tank fight is going to be huge.
I don't know. I have to look at the Bloomberg and what do you call it? All that. That's how you go look at it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Ryan with his Twitter follower and Tank Davis with his boxing following. I think they're just going to do huge numbers.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think the winner out of that fight will be making like 20-30 million per fight after they fight each other. I think there'll be a premier name. There'll be a AJ. There'll be a Canelo after they fight each other.
I don't know how.
That many eyes.
Then you know what? I can't respect that because at least AJ and Canelo has some legacy behind them. I can't respect that. If that's how it's going, how can I respect that? They're not putting no legacy on the line. I mean, this is all about popularity. I respect how Devin has done it.
But popularity is what puts money in the pocket. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Like the most popular person is going to get paid the most. Whether they've done the most or not, it's all about, can you put asses in seats? That's where the money comes from. I lose you, Lisa? Sound like I lost you. Kelvin said
No.
the zone will be fine. Kelvin, who's the premier fighters that they have? Who do they have? Who's the new people coming up? You gotta have new blood to keep you afloat. Who do they have? Let me see. No way, Tony. Winner out of Ryan versus Tank won't reach Canelo. I think it will. I think it will. I think they will reach that status because they have huge followings.
Yeah. Where's the prospects on PBC? Nowhere. You hardly see him.
Well, you got Boots, you got Stanionis, you got Tank.
Those are contenders.
You got Dogba.
How is Tank a contender when he was a champion before?
Well, he's still young, is what I'm saying.
He's 28 years
He's still got a
old.
lot of years left. Yeah, he's 28, but guys are boxing until they're like 36 now, 37.
Tank is not a contender anymore. Once you become a champ, you're no longer a contender. When he beat what's the guy's name?
I didn't say you were a contender.
Yeah.
Pedraza.
Mm-hmm. The
I'm
training
not
wheels
saying
is
that
off.
he's a contender. What I'm saying is he's still a commodity. He's still going to be around for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely that. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. The ones that have the most prospects, from what I see, is Top Rank.
Well, Top Rank's always been that way because Bob Arum knows how to find talent. He can spot
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah, he got some great talent over there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way Bob's always been. Bob
Mhm.
can find the guys that are champions. He can find them, but it's like Bob only gets so far. Like Terrence Crawford should have been a Mayweather, but he's not. He wasn't marketed right.
Nope. Yeah, Bob don't market. He markets up to a point, but I don't know. Back in the day, he had Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah,
Oscar. Yeah, he was a golden Olympian. He was a star off the rip though. He was a pretty boy. Yeah, pretty boy. Oscar, yeah.
It's easy when a guy's got charisma, but when they don't, you got to know how to build them because Terrence really doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Very boring to listen to. Canelo, or wait, he said Conor Benn. I said Conor Benn. We don't know what's going on with him. He's
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going
Smith.
on with him. Yeah.
I don't think I know Dalton Smith. I know Diego.
Yeah. Ammo
Mark
is,
Castro. Yeah, Ammo Williams is good. Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz is a golden boy though.
He is, but they're all DAZN. He's just saying DAZN.
No, he said those are some of Matchroom prospects. It's just that DAZN is the broadcaster.
Yeah, but
those are the subsidiaries under DAZN.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Matchroom and Golden Boy both fall under DAZN. Like they both, they're their own companies, but they both go through DAZN.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, those are some good names. Yeah, but they have Bam
Rodriguez.
That's a good one. Bam. Yeah, Bam is really a good fighter. Yeah. Montana Love, I don't know what he gonna look like when he come back.
I don't know. He look bad getting DQ'd.
Yeah. Yeah. Devin had no choice but to go. But one thing about Eddie, he don't keep you like he don't mind, fight to fight basis. That's what they have said about him. Yeah.
We got to see what happens with Devin. Like, if he's gonna fight Loma, when they're gonna fight, if he beats Loma.
Hmm. I thought I'm hearing Loma don't want to fight in March, so it's gonna have to be after Ramadan.
Yeah, they want to fight in May, which is BS. I say what Loma's trying to do is catch Devin at his weakest. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
It's BS. That means Devin's got to do a training camp all the way through Ramadan.
Hmm.
I wouldn't do it. I would tell Bob Arum he's either going to fight me in March or I'm going to vacate these belts and move up.
Hmm. Well, he
Because
has that option as an ace, as the belt title holders, the champ.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, he has to fight for top rank. He has to for one more fight. But he doesn't have to stay at 135. He can move up. Bob can't make him stay there.
Hmm.
Because that's all I would say. I would be like, look, Bob, you're either going to have me fight in March or I'm going to just move up and I'm not going to fight.
It's all contingent on them belts because they want Loma to fight for undisputed. You know, top rank does, yeah. And then
And
they
Loma,
and then Shakur is still there, so yeah.
And the thing is, if Devin vacates, Loma will never be undisputed because he's too old to collect all the belts.
Yeah. That
So
would be a nightmare. Yeah.
Devin's got all the power. All Devin has to say is fight me in March or I'm moving up and vacating all these titles.
Mm-hmm.
Then Loma's going to have to go back through the gauntlet. He's going to have to fight Shakur. He's going to have to fight probably George Kambosos. Like, we don't know how good or bad Kambosos is because Devin might just be that good. It made him not look good. But people forget that Kambosos beat the shit out of Tio. So I think Devin's a lot better than what people give him credit for.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good fighter. Yeah, he's young, you know. Interesting how it works out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be interesting how this one pans out. Yeah. Got Subriel Matias is ready to fight Ponce, I think it is. That should be a good one. Oh, that's on PBC. Yeah, that should be a good one. Go back to Eddie, but we don't know that. Yeah, because all his competition is mainly all Devin Haney's competition would be at Top Rank mainly, and then you got
because Top Rank. No, I was just gonna say Top Rank pretty much has all the 140 fighters.
No, well, PBC got a few. They got Matias. They got what's his name? Junior's brother, Antoine. Yeah.
But he's not.
But yeah, Top Rank had. Yeah, not yet. Yeah. Yeah, and Regis with Probellum, so.
Yeah.
They don't have
I think they're trying to. I think Tio's about to fight Regis. It looks like that's what they're trying to set up next.
Oh my God, I don't think he's ready for that yet.
No, I think Regis gonna beat him bad.
Why is he doing it? He hasn't even acclimated to that weight. Why is he going up there and fighting the top guy up there?
Because he thinks he's better than what he is.
I mean, listen. He listen. I got balls of steel. I'll give him that. But he's not big enough.
Well, he gonna find out. He gonna get in there and see what happens. But that's what they've been talking about. Him and Regis have been going back and forth.
Yeah, I've been seeing it on Twitter. Regis said, "I'll put that boy in the hospital."
And he will.
Yeah, but Regis is more mature. He's like, he said, "I understand where he's at because I've been there." You know, he was saying that one day, and he was kind of trying to encourage him. But Ryan and Regis was talking shit to Ryan and Tio was talking shit to Regis. One of them said, "Nobody even knows you." I think it was Ryan. I was like, oh God, yeah.
I don't I don't think Ryan's ready for Regis.
Regis to put both of them in the hospital on the same night.
In the same night.
Yeah, like George Foreman. Was it George Foreman and 4 or 5 men in one night?
Yeah, it was George Foreman.
Boy, you don't get. I miss the old days, Tony. Those fighters
See, I
back then.
wasn't alive for all of that. Like I have to watch video clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a buffet line. Like he knocked one out, the next one would jump in the ring.
Yeah, that was some wild stuff. Yeah, I remember when George Foreman. Oh God, he beat the crap out of Frazier. That was sad to watch.
Yeah.
Both times. Ooh, that was a nightmare.
Well, truth be told, George could have beat Ali. He just punched himself out the fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's one of the many reasons why they say Ali the greatest, because the man could think his way through a fight so good.
Mm-hmm. But at the end, you knew he was done. Like when he fought. What's the Jamaican guy's name?
Larry Holmes.
No.
Talking about Larry Holmes?
No, I'm talking about that last fight he had, Trevor Berbick. That was sad. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Larry Holmes was 1-2. Yeah.
Larry was trying to get the ref to stop the fight and he wouldn't.
Yeah, that was sad. Yeah. And he was passing. They was passing physicals where shouldn't pass. So some of the people should have been in jail for the stuff they were doing. With some of these fights back then.
He would have never passed in physicals by today's standards. Like they'd have never allowed them to happen.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that Holyfield that they got him to fight.
Oh, at 50 years old against that MMA fighter?
60 years old, 59. I was blown away.
Yeah, I don't know why they let him. He looked so sluggish. It was horrible. Like somebody should have been arrested for allowing that to happen.
Yeah. Physically, he's in good shape. I'll give him that. He still works out. But he just wasn't himself. Yeah.
No,
and he
like there's a lot of people who look aesthetically good, but they don't have the performance to back up the look. Like you got guys who look like they can lift a car and they're the weakest ones in the gym. You got, you know what I mean? Like he looks good, but his body's just not, it's not there no more. He's just, like you said, he was pushing 60 years old. Like,
yeah. I haven't seen his son knocked out either.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm gonna look him up actually. Let me look him up. His son quit in that fight though. Like he could have got up and he didn't. He chose not to get up, which tells me that he's not really a true fighter.
Yeah, he's definitely not his dad. You know, he had a few knockouts.
Seldomly do you see kids do as good as their parents.
I got one. I got one child that has done as well as their parent, Natalie Cole. Even though they're not boxers, Natalie and Nat King Cole, I think she really, she was a great artist as well as her dad.
Well, I was talking more about like in
boxing,
sports world. What boxing or like just physical stuff, like sports in general. I have a theory.
Maybe Mayweather's grandson.
Well, I don't know. He ain't come through yet.
Yeah.
I have a theory why. What's that?
I said he only 2, but he fighting.
It's okay. I put him. Well, no, my son gonna be way too big for him. Put him in there with
Oh,
my
okay.
son.
Oh,
My son too
okay.
big. Yeah, he'll
Oh,
never be
okay.
it. You talking about Floyd's kid, right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, his daughter's son, he boxing already. Yeah, I was like, wow.
You talking about the one that was with the what's her name? Where she stabbed the girl? Her?
Yeah, yeah.
What's her name? Yeah.
I forgot her name.
I can't.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
yeah. And she had a
Yeah, I
baby
didn't know she
from
was.
the rapper. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, she real short, and so is Floyd. Now, I think the rapper, I think he's taller, but the son gonna be short. Like the grandson,
Mm-hmm.
he gonna be in one of the lighter weight classes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Floyd was small, Roger was big, and Jeff was probably the biggest. No, maybe Floyd was the biggest.
I think
Or
the dad is.
Jeff.
Yeah, isn't it? Be a young boy is the father.
Yeah, NBA YoungBoy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Floyd Senior was bigger than Roger. Yeah, because Roger was small.
But they're all short. They all
Yeah.
like 5'8", 5'8" and under. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on, IB? Who I be?
So
Like if my son,
I be who I be.
if my son was to fight, he's gonna be a heavyweight because he's already this tall. And he just turned 6.
Wow. Oh wow.
he
You got
gonna be a
you
big
got
boy.
a killer on your hands. Woo.
Yeah,
Put
I'm
him
thinking.
in the gym.
If he chooses to. So like me,
You gonna put him in the gym?
if he chooses, the only way
Oh,
he'll
okay.
fight is if he chooses to want to. Like me, I was a very angry, bad kid, so it came natural for me. He's more kind-hearted. He's not growing up the way I grew up. You know, he's got all the luxuries in the world. He doesn't have that chip on his shoulder. He's not angry.
Right. Good.
So I don't know if he'll ever want to fight. But if he chooses to, then I'll have him in the gym. But I'm not gonna be one of them parents who try to live their dream through their kids.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. Who knows? He could wind up being an astrophysicist.
Hey, that would be awesome.
I know it would.
He was on the booth for like, how long was he on the booth? For like a long time. That's what got him so big. His mom was booting him. Hey.
Yeah.
How long was the baby on your booth? Like 2 years? 3 years? He was on mom's boob milk for 3 years. That's how he got this tall.
Oh yeah, that's the best. That's the best milk. Yeah. It's so crazy because like animals breastfeed their babies and humans I don't want to do that. That's the best milk because children that are breastfed, their immune systems are better.
Uh-huh.
What you put in your body, breastfeed your baby if you smoke or take medications and all that or drink. Yeah. Sometimes animals seem like they smarter in some ways. Yeah.
No, they definitely are.
Yeah. Yup. Yeah, man. I don't know. What's my guy's name? He got 3 sons that's fighting. I think I like the youngest son the best, Emilio Vargas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know, his son's saying that he wants to be a world champion faster than his dad.
Mm.
Fernando?
Yeah, Fernando, yeah.
Yeah.
Julio, the youngest one, seems the one. He seems to be the one that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah, I know. I saw an interview with Fernando. He was saying that he didn't want any of his kids to box, but they all chose to do it.
Yeah,
That's funny.
but he looked like he's like he seemed like he got a little personality.
You talking about the
So they
youngest
all
one?
do. Yeah, they all do a little bit. He looks like he could be a little like a little rock star too.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, but they're still very new. But they hire on him over there. Unfortunately, Chavez
Chavez Jr.
Jr. didn't live up to expectations.
Lisa, we lost. We lost you.
Thanks.
We lost you. Lisa, you're going in and out. In and out. It's this restream. It's horrible.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Right. Corey Spinks probably may have done the best. But
Yeah.
it's not like he a household name either, yeah.
He said, Tony, you auditioning for an action movie? Because it looks like you're bulking right now. No,
Yeah,
I'm trying
bulking.
to get back, but I'm trying to get back up to 220, 230, where I should be.
Mm-hmm.
Not that far away, but
Yeah, Tony gonna be in the next Rock movie. Yup.
And right after that Rock movie, I'm gonna be challenging AJ for you.
You ain't challenging for me. You challenging him for you to
I'm
get
doing
that
it
bag.
for you.
No, don't
If
do
he
it for
knocks
me.
me out, look, you get two things, Lisa. You brought up the idea, so I'm already gonna break you off some money from the curse. Like you gonna get paid. And the second thing is you get to see me knocked out by AJ. And if I knock AJ out,
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see none of that.
Like I said, it's either you gonna see me knocked out, or while I'm paying you, I'm gonna be laughing at you like I told you he shouldn't have let me hit him. But I'm about to end the stream here.
Alrighty.
Kelvin, I've just been like you have to go back like 4 or 5 years whenever I was recovering from all my injuries. Like it's just finally, I've been working out for so long, eating for so long. Finally, it's just been a slow progress, but now you're starting to see the sides put on. It's starting to actually fill out, whereas I was, just filling up, and now I'm pushing out with the weight that I've been putting on for. I mean, you have to back. Like I'm telling you, I was so small. Like my arms was like the size of my wrist whenever I came back.
Oh, wow.
From being injured.
Wow.
Yeah, I lost.
I'm glad you got you getting your size back up and feeling better.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the closer I get to what I used to be, the more I feel like who I should be. But it's crazy going from being built a certain way your whole life, getting injured, and then I dropped from, like I said, 220 to 160 in like 6 months. That's
yeah.
I looked like I was dying of like cancer or AIDS. Like it was horrible.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do anything. Like I blew up my leg. I couldn't move.
Nah, that's too much. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
I'm glad you're getting better. All righty, Tony. Thanks for having me.
Nah, thanks for hopping on.
All righty. And talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later, Lisa.
All right, peace.
Bye. All right, guys,
Bye-bye.
This was another stream. I always forget to say it, so I always say it at the end. If you haven't done it yet, hit the thumbs up. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'll drop some videos. Don't know how often I'm going to do lives. This will probably be the last time I do a live on Restream, so it'll be much more smooth the next time around. Y'all have a good night.